is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Freedom Fire Podcast, where we want to stoke the flames of freedom every single day. My name is Kendall Bowman, and ladies and gentlemen, they keep calling us conspiracy theorists, but all the theories of the conspiracies keep coming true. Yes, that's right. We got this story from the New York Post. CIA and foreign intelligence agencies illegally targeted 26 Trump associates before 2016 Russia collusion claims. This is a bombshell report. Okay, this is a bombshell report. We kind of knew all along that this is what was happening. We knew that the Obama administration was spying on them. This has already really been confirmed. I'm gonna share with you another article here soon that it's an older article from several years ago that it confirms everything. Okay, like we already know that this has been happening, but ultimately the left just keeps carrying the water for the media. The media keeps carrying the water for the left, and for these far left politicians in our government, and of course for the Biden administration, that this was all just a lie from the far left. Obama wasn't spying on Trump. It's already been confirmed. For years now, this has been confirmed. But let's get into this, guys. Just another grain of sand on the heap. They keep calling us conspiracy theorists, but here it is. The U.S. intelligence community asked foreign spy agencies to surveil 26 associates of Donald Trump in the run-up to the 2016 election, which triggered the allegations that the former president's campaign had been colluding with Russia, according to a report. Former CIA Director John Brennan identified and presented the targets to the U.S.'s intelligence sharing partners in the so-called Five Eyes agencies. This is insane because, one, the CIA is not supposed to be acting on American soil. Now, if you are a foreign individual, the CIA can spy on you. If you are in a foreign country, the CIA can spy on you. But the CIA is not supposed, it is illegal for the CIA to act on American soil. So let's continue. The intelligence gathering organizations in the U.S., United Kingdom, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand, according to a report published Monday on Michael Schellenberger's public Substack. The report by independent journalists Schellenberger, Matt Taibbi, and Alex Gutentag has not been confirmed by the Post. Now, let's go into the meat and potatoes of this. What you have, this Five Eyes agency, okay? Like I said, it is a group of intelligence organizations from the U.S., the UK, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. What they do is they spy on each other's agencies, they spy on each other's citizens for each other. Okay? For example, like I just said, the U.S., the CIA is not supposed to be spying or working its spy magic on American soil. Why? Because it is illegal for the government to spy on its citizens in the United States. This is in our Constitution. It is illegal for them to do this. Okay? So, the way that they get around your civil rights, the way that they can go behind the back of that pesky Constitution, well, we'll just get the UK to do it. Oh, we'll just get Canada to do it. Oh, we'll go to Australia. Bring in some Australian agents. They'll spy on you instead. It wasn't us. It was Australia. Those pesky Australians. Always causing trouble. Let's continue. They cite multiple unnamed sources, including ones close to the House Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence led by Rep. Mike Turner. Turner's office did not respond to the Post's request for comment. The U.S. intelligence community had identified the 26 Trump associates as people to bump or make contact with or manipulate. One source told the outlet in spy speak, bumping is when a reason is manufactured to meet with a target of interest in order to develop a relationship that could lead to intelligence. They were targets of our own IC and law enforcement. Targets for collection and misinformation, the source said. Britain's government communications headquarters, intelligence apparatus, and GCHQ was making contacts with Trump associates as early as March of 2016, according to the report. They were making contacts and bumping Trump people going back to March 2016, a source told the outlet. They were sending people around the UK, Australia, Italy, the Mossad in Italy. The MI6 was working at an intelligence school they had set up. The GCHQ spokesperson told the outlet that claims it was asked to conduct wiretapping against the then president-elect are nonsense. Intelligence related to the alleged surveillance effort is housed in a 10-inch binder, according to the outlet, which Trump 77 ordered to be declassified at the end of his presidency and could contain evidence that multiple U.S. intelligence officials broke laws against spying and election interference. Now, this binder, of course, has not been confirmed. Okay, it has not even been confirmed that it is real. However, a lot of the theory going on about this binder is that this might be the reason why they raided Mar-a-Lago. Because, as we know, Trump did declassify this when he was in office. It is a fact. You can look it up, okay? As for the binder, we don't really know. No one seems to know where it is, okay? But the ongoing theory is that this might be one of the reasons why they wanted to raid Mar-a-Lago, because he declassified it. He took that information with him because it was declassified and he can take it. And they wanted it back because they did not want him to release this information, this very significant evidence against the intelligence agencies here in the United States. Let's continue. The whereabouts of the alleged thick binder are unknown. The Trump campaign and the CIA did not respond to the post's requests for comment. Warrantless surveillance of U.S. persons is specifically prohibited by U.S. law, as I stated before. Former FBI lawyer Kevin Kleinsmith was sentenced to probation in 2021 after admitting that he falsified an email to renew a wiretap against former Trump campaign advisor Carter Page. Boy, sounds a whole lot like spying to me, man. It really does. Really does. Page had been wiretapped after intelligence sources suspected he might have been targeted by Russian spies. The wiretap, which was approved by the Secret Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Court, was renewed several times after it was first granted. Last March, Special Counsel John Durham concluded that the FBI investigation of Trump's alleged collusion with Russia was seriously flawed and had no basis in evidence after a 4-year review of the probe. So, for all of you lefties out there who claim, they weren't spying on his campaign, it's right there. Like Kevin Kleinsmith went to jail because of this. He falsified evidence. He falsified claims against a member of the Donald Trump campaign and used that as a basis to get a FISA warrant so that they could wiretap this individual's communications. Ladies and gentlemen, this is unacceptable. Ultimately, the spying did happen. It's right in front of your face. And this has been, he was sentenced to probation in 2021. This is years ago that this has been confirmed. So to all the lefties out here say, they didn't spy on his camp. This is years ago. Years ago. This was confirmed. We're in 2023 now. This guy was sentenced to probation in 2021. The debate's over. Okay? This has long been over for years now. They spied on him. It is now a undisputed fact. You cannot dispute it. It's right in front of your face. Congratulations. In response, the FBI said it had implemented dozens of corrective actions since the improper Trump probe that the missteps identified in the report could have been prevented had the reforms been in place in 2016. Wow. Oh, yeah. Oh, well, look at that. We really screwed that up. I tell you what, rather than, holding anyone accountable, rather than firing people, rather than putting people in jail as they should for breaking the law, for spying on an American citizen, for interfering in an election, we'll just make some changes. We'll just change some policies here and there. Wink, But in reality, this is what we as American citizens are used to. Nothing ever gets done. Ultimately, people are never held accountable. The reality is that many people in the FBI, many people in the CIA, many people in many of these intelligence organizations should be sitting in a cell right now. And the reality is that ultimately Barack Obama himself could have been a part of this and could very well have tried to commit a coup or at least seditious conspiracy against the president-elect of the United States, or at least the front runner for the Republican ticket, which I vaguely remember that Donald Trump, whenever he was president, got impeached because he was, quote unquote, digging up dirt on his political opponent, even though at the time Joe Biden was not running for president at the time, and he was not even the front runner for the presidency on the Democratic ticket. So ultimately, what you have here is, I don't know what you have here. Like where do we go from here, guys? Where do we go from here? I don't know. I'm going to try to answer that here in just a second. I want to finish this article. In 2022, Taibbi and Schellenberger were involved in the publishing of the Twitter Files expose, which detailed how the social media giant's previous management team sought to silence controversial voices and suppress news items such as the post reporting on Hunter Biden's laptop. Guys, where do we go from here? What recourse do we as American citizens have in order to stop garbage like this? Well, ultimately, you have to put it. I think our only recourse is to put the right people in office. Now, people like Donald Trump, of course, people like Vivek Ramaswamy have talked about multiple times going in and just firing a lot of these corrupt FBI, CIA, these intelligence officials. Mind you, this is what's important to understand about the FBI, the CIA. These are bureaucrats, okay? These are not elected officials. These are not elected positions within our government. There are CIA directors who have been in their position for the last 5 presidents, guys. Or they can be in their position for that long. Okay? So these individuals in these positions within these intelligence organizations, they are around for sometimes decades. And over that long career in these intelligence organizations, they accrue a lot of power, especially power over certain individuals who are in elected positions. Guys, this has to be put under control. And these intelligence organizations, I'm sorry, I see this as we have every reason to just completely disband these entire organizations. Disband them, fire everyone, start over. Start over with something else. I mean, I'm sorry. They're actively committing seditious conspiracy against the front runner in a democratic election. And then, of course, he became the president-elect, and they were still doing it. Ladies and gentlemen, your intelligence agencies are actively working against you, and they are working against democracy. Excuse me, I didn't mean to hit my microphone there. They're working against democracy. You know, since that's what you leftists love to, you love to talk about. Oh, this is them actively trying to disrupt the democratic process. They actively did this. It's right in front of your face. There's all the evidence, right? This has been confirmed for years. And now it's just more sands on the heap. More grains of sand on the heap. I don't know what to tell you guys. Of course, when it comes to the leftists, they're just going to say whatever they're going to say. They're going to continue, with their Trump derangement syndrome. That's fine. They're TDS, whatever. But when it comes to us regular folk, okay, When it comes to us, you know, the middle of the road people, you know, the people who are just trying to live their lives and just want to live in a safe country where we've got, you know, rule of law and we have freedoms, we have our constitutional rights, you know, all of that. Excuse me, my goodness. For all of us normal folk, this is unacceptable. It's unacceptable. And here's the reality, guys. Here's the reality. If Donald Trump was the one that had done this to Barack Obama, it would be everywhere. It would be everywhere, and Donald Trump would be sitting in a cell right now. That's the reality. I mean, this has been confirmed for years that they spied on Donald Trump's campaign. It's been confirmed. It just says it right here. Former FBI lawyer Kevin Kleinsmith was sentenced to probation in 2021 after admitting that he falsified an email to renew a wiretap against former Trump campaign advisor Carter Page. It's right there. It's right in front of your face. It's been confirmed since 2021 that this happened. Ladies and gentlemen, the debate is over. The debate is over. Now the debate moves on to the area where we just talk about how do we freaking fix this, man? Ultimately, I think the only recourse that we could have as the people of this country is to put the right people in office. I don't necessarily think that Donald Trump has always made the right decisions when it comes to hiring people. Fauci, John Bolton, the warmonger psycho. Yeah, I'm not a fan of those people. Okay, but ultimately he's one of the only people running for any office right now that is talking about firing all these people, getting in and doing exactly what Obama did, actually. You know, because Obama got in, and anyone that disagreed with his policies, that was a bureaucrat within the government, within the White House, within the executive branch, they were all pretty much purged out of the government. They were fired and replaced. I don't see why Donald Trump can't do the same. Ultimately, he's talked about it. I believe he's talked about implementing Title 42, I believe it's called, where he can basically go in, and I might just try to pull this up, honestly. Title 42. Let's just I want to pull this up and see. I think I've got the wrong idea. I think I've got the wrong thing. Anyways, there's some type of policy that is in place where the president can implement it, and he can do mass layoffs across the executive branch, okay? Which is very much needed as of right now, as you can see, okay? I mean, guys, there's just so much corruption with these government bureaucrats who are unelected officials. It's very clear that many of these organizations need a reset. They need to be, in my opinion, they need to be disbanded. They need to start over with something new, or just disband them and don't replace them, seeing as how a lot of this crap is just a waste of money. The Department of Education is a very good example of that. The states run their own education systems. The states do that. Why do we need a federal Department of Education? We don't. We don't. It's just a fact. The states do that. That's the power of the states. Federal government does not need that. That's just one example. There's dozens more that we can go through, okay? Ultimately, we need mass layoffs. We need mass layoffs, and we need a purging of these bureaucrats. These government entities, these intelligence agencies have got to be put in check. There is no reason why a president, I'm assuming it was Barack Obama, I'm assuming, because it was under his administration that this happened. I'm assuming it was Barack Obama that went to the CIA director and said, go spy on his campaign. Because that's exactly what happened. Okay? Now, whether it was Barack Obama or the CIA director himself who gave that order to begin with, I don't know. But it was done on Barack Obama's watch. So ultimately, he is liable. at least in my opinion. I mean, when you're the guy in charge, you take responsibility. So that's just my point of view. Of course, the leftists don't believe in personal responsibility, so they're not going to agree with that. But that's neither here nor there. I don't know, man. But ultimately, it does start with putting the right people in office. Donald Trump right now is one of the only politicians that's talking about getting in and just firing these people, bringing some accountability. Like, ultimately, a lot of these people should be in prison. That's the reality, because all of this spying that they did on Trump's campaign, it is illegal, as it is said in this article. It's illegal. So many of these people should be sitting in a cell, and they're not. However, if the only justice that we, the American people, can get for something like this is that these people are fired and they lose their job, I'm fine with that. I would love for them to be sitting in a jail cell, but if the only thing we can get is that they get fired, I'm totally fine with that. They should be fired. A lot of these organizations and these intelligence agencies just really need to be disbanded and replaced. However, I think that that's ultimately wishful thinking. I really do. I don't know. I don't know what Donald Trump is going to do when he gets in office, but ultimately he's one of the only people that is talking about doing something about this. Vivek Ramaswamy is another guy that's talking about doing it, but I don't think he's got a chance. I mean, actually, he's already dropped out. I apologize. He's already dropped out of the campaign. Maybe 2028. Maybe, possibly. I don't know. But ultimately, I don't know where we go from here, man. But I think that we all have a choice coming in November. Get off your butts, guys. Go get registered to vote. Get all your family and your friends registered to vote. Yes, for all the doomers and the black pill people out there, there will be shenanigans in the election. Yes, it's going to happen. I'm not saying that there won't. But get out and go vote anyways. Get all your family and your friends to go vote anyways and overpower the system. Like I've said multiple times on my show, this is exactly what happened in New Hampshire. They overpowered the system and the shenanigans didn't work. Okay? We can do this, guys. We can win. We've got the polls on our side. The young vote, the Gen Z vote is turning towards Trump. Guys, this is not the time to be complacent. This is the time time for a charge of the Pelennor Fields. You know what I'm saying? This is a Lord of the Rings charge moment. Okay, the ride of the Rohirrim is now. Okay, I get it. I'm a massive nerd for saying this. I get it. I understand. But the time is now to charge, to take hold of our country again, man. This is the time. Don't get complacent. Don't sit back and think that you've already won, because that's how you lose. You get complacent, you get lazy, you think, oh, well, I guess I don't have to go vote since it's, Trump's basically already won. No, because there's going to be shenanigans. You know that they're going to try to bend the rules to try to get an advantage and to try to win and try to, draw, victory out of the clutches of defeat, however the freaking saying goes. Whatever. But ultimately, guys, you got to go vote. You have to. I mean, you can sit there and you can be doomer about it all you want. But ultimately, I'd rather have a Donald Trump. I'd rather get a guy like Donald Trump in. By voting, it's the only way you're going to get that, is by getting out and voting, okay? And yeah, the media is going to be screeching like the banshees that they are about Donald Trump, but ultimately you're going to get a good economy. You're going to get energy independence. You're going to get a more secure border than what we have now, which is awesome. You're going to get more rule of law than what you have now. And you're going to get a semblance of normalcy back. You're going to get low taxes. You're going to get affordable groceries. Boy, that what? Affordable groceries? We can't have that. Listen, you're asking too much. You're asking too much. What? You want to be able to afford eggs, milk, bread? What? Listen. You're insane. You're insane. You're asking too much. It's too much. It's too much. An American economy where you can afford bread? What? You're crazy. You're crazy. But that's the reality, guys. That's the reality of what we can have. You just got to go do it. Go do it. Work hard. Get your family and your friends registered to vote. Go vote on election day or vote early. I don't care. Whatever you have to do. I tend to vote early. Like my primary election here in the state of Texas is coming up pretty quick. I believe early voting starts on February 20th. If you're in the state of Texas, go vote early. Go vote on election day. I don't care what you do. Just go freaking vote, okay? And let's take our country back. And mind you, when I tell you to go vote, I don't just tell you just to go vote for all the incumbents and just go. No. Go and go pull up excuse me, my goodness, I'm just smacking the mess out of my microphone today. Goodness. Go and pull up one of the mock ballots you can pull up a sample ballot on the internet. All you got to do is put in your district and your I believe it's anyways, you go on the website of your county, you should be able to pull it up, okay? And you should be able to pull up a sample ballot. And it'll show you exactly what the ballot is going to look like on the day of the election. And you just go down that ballot and you say, okay, what is the history of this politician here? How have they voted? Like let's say it's a senator. How have they voted on the policies in the Senate? Have they done a good job? Have they voted for America First policies, or did they vote to send all of your money to Ukraine? Did they vote to secure the border, or did they vote to bring in a bunch of illegal immigrants? Did they vote to, whatever it might be? But do your research on the politicians that you're voting for. Be an informed voter, okay? And then ultimately, go vote. Ladies and gentlemen, I get it. You're just trying to go throughout your normal day. You're just trying to live your life. I get it. But you can't just, now is not the time. It's not the time. Look at the world around you. Look at your country. Look at your country right now. It's not working. Okay? Now is not the time to just la-di-da through your life. Okay? Now is the time to be an adult. Now is the time to get serious. Okay? Be an informed person. Open up your eyes. Be an informed voter. Who you're voting for. I get it. You really just want to go in there and just click the, Republican down ballot, whatever, where it just, vote for all the incumbents and whatever. No. Because a lot of these incumbents are rhinos who are screwing you over and stabbing you in the back. And it's unacceptable. And those people need to be primaried. Okay? For example, any politician, any Congress member who voted to oust George Santos without due process, and then, they obviously just lost George Santos's seat in the House because of it. Every single Republican that voted to oust George Santos, they need to be primaried. Every single one of them. I don't care what their history is. You vote out a guy out of his office without due process, you're scum. You're actively going against the values of this nation. You're gone. You should be primaried immediately. As soon as possible, you should be primaried. You should lose your job. Any Democrats that we can get out as well, that would be fantastic. But ultimately, guys, the reality is that nothing is ever going to change unless we get the right people in office. That's how things change in this country. And you can be doomer about it. You can be black-pilled about it. I don't really care. To me, that's just a waste of energy. But ultimately, this is how you change things in this country. This is how you change things. You got to put the right people in office. I don't know, man. I don't know where we go from here because I don't know which way the American people will choose to go. I know which way I would like us to go. I would like us to go the route of freedom and gaining our our civil rights back, our constitutional rights back. I would like us to be free. But I don't know. There's a lot of American citizens out there who would rather be, quote unquote, safe rather than free. Which, of course, if you know the John Adams quote, you know that never works out. Those who would give up their freedoms for an ounce of safety deserve neither and will lose both. That's the reality, man. I don't actually know if he said an ounce. He might have said a little bit of safety. He might have said a little safety. I don't know. I'm paraphrasing, guys. It's late at night at this point. It's almost midnight right now when I'm recording this. I'm tired. It's been a long day. I'm rambling at this point. Guys, it's up to us, man. Nobody's going to change this country but us. Nobody's going to put the right people in office but us. It's up to you, man. It's up to you to be an informed voter and to ultimately go to the ballot box and change your country and take your country back. We got to do it, man. And I think we will. I ultimately think we will. I'm going to leave it there, guys. I'll have another video coming for you guys tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, leave a comment down in the comment section, and share the show with your friends. Follow me on all the socials down in the description and hit that notification bell so that you can be notified whenever we put out new videos. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.